Ben Shapiro, and he writes, in the real world, here are today's big stories in order of importance. 1, vaccine being developed. 2, stock market rockets. 3, states beginning to reopen. 4, more tests than people who want to be tested. And 5, Trump puts the World Health Organization on notice. But in Twitter land, he says, here are today's big stories in order of importance. Number 1, Trump is fat. Number 2, Trump takes hydroxychloroquine and is fat. Number 3, Nancy Pelosi is slaying Queen because Trump is fat. Number 4, Trump isn't taking hydroxychloroquine because he's a liar but is still fat. 5, Trump is plump. You weren't surprised by the meltdown yesterday, right? When the president told reporters he was taking hydroxychloroquine from his doctor. Incidentally, it's from his doctor. The president isn't in the Rose Garden drinking fish tank cleaner. The president, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and please tell me if I'm wrong. I have a hunch that the president has some of the best medical care in the world. I'm thinking. Now, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's got some, mail order doctor that got his degree from the, online. He's got a mullet, got a, dirty fingernails. Maybe he's got a terrible doctor, I'm thinking he's got some of the best and brightest medical care minds ever. So when the president told the whole thing here, I mean, the meltdown was pretty massive. Here's the little montage that Fox News Channel put together about the president and this stunningly controversial medicine, hydroxychloroquine.
The frontline workers, many are taking it. I happen to be taking it.
Hydroxychloroquine?
I'm taking it, hydroxychloroquine.
Did the White House doctor recommend that you take that? Is that why you're taking it?
Yeah, White House doctor. I didn't recommend. No, I asked him, what do you think? He said, well, if you'd like it. I said, yeah, I'd like it. I'd like to take it. I want the people of this nation to feel good. I don't want them being sick. And there's a very good chance that this has an impact. So I'm taking the two, the zinc and the hydroxy. And all I can tell you is, so far, I seem to be okay.
Uh-oh, cue the outrage. Now, I'm trying to keep up with how much they hate the guy, because if they hate him, one would think they don't care what kind of medicine he and his doctor have agreed upon. But from Neil Cavuto on Fox News, who was almost shrieking, this is going to kill you! This will kill you! Which is news to all the people who swear their life was saved by the use of hydroxychloroquine, zinc, and Z-Pak. I mean, honestly, I know people. I've got friends. Google John McConnell, former ABC News or ABC radio executive, thought he was going to die. I talked to him for 45 minutes about this. And I don't know that John is a partisan. I don't know that he's a Trump supporter. But swears that because of this drug, this medicine, his life was saved. Now, I guess John's crazy. What about the Michigan politician, a Democrat, heard Trump talking about it and swears it saved her life? But for all these hysterics who are screeching that the president shouldn't be taking it, how in the world does somebody presume to get between a physician and a patient? How can you do that? It doesn't even make sense. Again, the president has the best doctors in the universe. He gets, I'm sure, extraordinary medical care. You don't think people can sit down with their physician and say, hey, I'd like to take this regimen? When I moved to Florida last year, I found a new doctor. Don't know much about him other than he's got a great reputation. He's been great. And I've seen him a couple of times, done blood work. He did a lot of, tests and everything. I have this deficiency. I've got an iron deficiency. I've got this. I've got that. And he put together a whole plan of attack. I've lost weight, which I'm proud of. They're about 35 pounds and trying to lose some more. I'm doing my best to take care of myself. I'm exercising every night. And when coronavirus first emerged as the real threat that it became, this doctor, and again, I don't know his politics. I don't know. He doesn't know. I don't know that he even knows what I do. I mean, we've talked about, I'm a broadcaster. I don't know that he knows, what kind of show I have. And he sent out a packet to all his patients. This was a couple months ago. And he said he is going to treat any COVID-19 patients with the hydroxychloroquine zinc Z-Pak regimen. Now, is he nuts too? It's a medical doctor. He's got MD behind his name. But to hear the meltdown, I've never seen anything like it. Here's Neil Cavuto yesterday, who was shocked, positively stunned at the president sharing the news that he's taking hydroxychloroquine.
The VA study to which the president alluded wasn't a loaded political one. It was a test on patients there, and those who took it in a vulnerable population, including those with respiratory or other conditions, they died. I want to stress again, they died. If you are in a risky population here and you are taking this as a preventative treatment to ward off the virus, or in a worst case scenario, you are dealing with the virus, and you are in this vulnerable population, it will kill you. I cannot stress enough. This will kill you. So again, whatever benefits the president says this has, and certainly it has had for those suffering from malaria, dealing with lupus, this is a leap that should not be taken casually by those watching at home or assuming, well, the President of the United States says it's okay. Even the FDA was very cautious about this unless in a clinical trial safely and deliberately watched. I only make this not to make a political point here, but a life and death point. Be very, very careful.
Do you think Neil doesn't know anyone or know of anyone who swears by this treatment? And people who, incidentally, the people I know who literally say it saved their life range in age from 35, 36 to 70. These are people in my life, people I know of, people in New York, people in Florida, people who I personally know of, in some cases know pretty well. Do you think Neil doesn't know anybody? Do you think Neil didn't see the representative from Michigan on his network? Honestly, and I love the part where he says, oh, it's not political. I don't want to make this political. Really? This great news yesterday about this vaccine, Moderna, the biotech firm, they're selling $1.3 billion in stock, it was just announced, to help fund its promising new coronavirus vaccine. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody has a crystal ball. But this is good news. It's all good news. Net proceeds from their offering, they're going to sell 17.6 million shares at $76 a piece in a public offering that's expected to close around Thursday. Now, this news came yesterday. Stock market responded favorably. All I could think last night was, I hope President Trump doesn't tout Moderna and the vaccine. They're not going to want to take the vaccine. I guess the Neil Cavutos of the world are going to start shrieking about, don't do this, don't take this vaccine. He likes it. Trump likes the idea of it. You can't take it. Honestly, what's wrong with these people? How do you politicize a medicine? How do you, I'll never understand this part. 1-800-655-MIKE. Ben Shapiro's right. We got good news. We got America opening up. We got, and I would add the strong number one, all the numbers are going down. The death count, the hospitalizations, the infections. And I had a friend of mine say this morning, well, one of the concerns that we have and that I've been reading about is that what are we going to do? How are we going to deliver that vaccine to millions of Americans? You know what? We're America. We'll figure it out. just like we're figuring everything else out. Just like there's this race now to develop a vaccine, just like there's so many incredible things happening, the partnership between the private sector and the government and the military and all the great things we're watching. We'll figure it out because we're the United States of America, and that's what we do. 1-800-655-MIKE. It's a Tuesday. We're in the ReliefFactor.com studios for another day of our coronavirus coverage, political news. Poor Joe Biden held another debacle of an event yesterday. He literally called the president President Tweety while geese were honking in the background of his home. I'm not kidding you. It really did happen. We've got some video clips for you that you're not going to want to miss. And I don't want to miss your voice either. Join us. 1-800-655-6453.